My opening is not going to be that long this week. I was really pleased with the way the year started out. It's tough, Christmas, and it's only January the 13th, and things are starting to come around. So fingers crossed. The most stressful time of the year, I guess, starts at stake payment season. We'll talk about that towards the end of January. But for right now, happy with the way things went. Happy with the way the sale went the other day. Happy that we kept Electric Line, and that worked out well for our clients. Understanding that I was upfront with them and upfront with everybody, and said I don't really see a stake horse in the future for him, but the people that wanted him and wanted to stay in are quite happy with him being an overnight horse. So I'm happy in that regard. And then Stay Close. I know he finished 7th, but that was the Open, right? Go by any one of those other horses he raced against for even remotely what we were asking for. It's just not going to happen. So I'm just looking back through the week. Last Sunday, Texan Soprano raced great. Very happy with him. He was second. He's picked to win the Open tomorrow. That says a lot. Picked to win the Open at Northfield tomorrow. He'll be making his way to Yonkers Raceway next week. We'll start moving some horses around to fill some gaps here at Northfield Park and in Ontario and Southern Ohio. So we'll be doing that in the coming weeks. But for right now, Texan's going to be heading to Yonkers. On Monday, Locatelli and White Tiger raced good. They were 3rd and 5th. Thought they raced well in the races they were in. Spitfire raced well, closing hard on the end of the mile. But again, finishing 5th, had the 9-hole. I think that's all he could do. Kenobi jumped up and was a winner on Wednesday. I think I wasn't surprised, but very happy with how fluid he was. He also will be heading to New York. But I think before he heads to New York, we're going to slam those 2 wins out of him in this class that he fits. I think he's a you're never going to call a horse a layover in a horse race. That would be naive and stupid. But I think he's going to do very well in this class next week. Carter Michael Dio and Resolute Bay both raced very, very good in the Meadows, both coming off breaks, so I had to be kind of cautious with both of them. I think Resolute Bay's in a great place this week. Don't have to be as cautious with him. And Carter Michael Dio will likely draw in Thursday. I'd like to race him a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out with Carter Michael Dio, but I'm really, really happy with the way both of them, those 2 horses, raced on Thursday. Then Friday, we had the qualifiers in the morning and the schoolers. Really pleased with Ready for Landing. I'm tickled about how quiet and mature he has come, and this only builds some more. It only allows me to feel as if, yes, we made the right decision when we pulled the plug and turned him out for no particular reason other than we wanted to see him grow up and mature in the summertime, and it looks like that has come to fruition. Let's see where he goes from here. Really, really intrigued with the potential paths forward for Ready for Landing. Now it's up to him. See what he's meant to be, but this is a brother, a tactical landing brother of What the Hill. I am interested quite a bit to see how this guy hits the track next week. Stay Special, she's ready to go. Happy with her qualifier. Good as him. My only curiosity is he shows 58, 59, something like that, 27 and 3. How does that translate already to 55? Is he going to be a little short? I guess we'll see this week coming up. Halley in the Clouds had a very, very good schooler the other day, and although International Spy run, he can either race at Mohawk or come over to the Meadows and race in the Maiden here. Lots of options for that guy now that he's getting close to the races. On Friday afternoon, as I said, Stay Close kind of got beat up in the Open, but he's not on the top of his game right now. When he is razor sharp, on his toes, and in his best stride, yeah, he's an Open trotter at the Meadows, but that isn't right now. He'd do really, really well in the backup class, and hopefully we can get him back in there next week. Unbeatable Kemp finished 3rd the other day. There's a lot to ask for that guy. I think we have a lot of options with him moving forward, and we'll see. We'll see what happens over the next 2 weeks. He's going to have next week off. The week after that, we'll see what we do with him then. Easy in the Turns canceled. The races were canceled in Ontario on Friday evening. And missing from the thing, Curtis is Collector. He was a weird 4th, right? Looked like he was going to run off the screen when he cleared to the front. Looked like he was gone, and then he just kind of pulled up on the front end. A lot of growth, maturity-wise, for this guy, but he looked good. And I think there's lots of options for Collector moving forward. Delicious Stone raced good for Lauren. This is a pouring rain, filthy night, and Delicious Stone raced well, as did Walter's Keepsake. They were both 3rd, but raced pretty good. Now we have lots coming up. Some of the same horses are gearing up to race again. We have some horses getting ready to qualify and have qualified in Ohio also. Really happy with the way things have turned out on the track so far this year. we have to build our horses back up, and we will. I'll be completely frank. I was bidding on, of all horses, our old buddy today, Tailgate Buzz. I was bidding on Tailgate Buzz today. I didn't get anywhere near the backup on him. He went for $21,000. I thought at 17 he was a good buy because we could put him in the nom as a 10 condition claimer at the Meadows. His claiming tag would make him, I believe, 18.75. So if we got him for 17, that'd be cool. Somebody paid 21. They must have somewhere to race him somewhere else, which is fine. Good luck with him. We'll be looking for similar horses over the next month or so to fill our gaps. But keep in mind also, as we're talking about filling these gaps, we have horses training down, getting closer to the races week by week also. Now, we don't have anybody imminent to qualifying in Ohio, I believe. All the horses, Oh Snap You and No Chance in Hill for sure. But none of our big name horses will be ready for a couple of months. So in that time frame, will we have enough horses ready? In Ontario, we have 3 or 4 or 5 getting ready right now. Couple here. Are they going to be enough? Do we need to fill some more spots? And if we do, then we will. And that will be the plan with the horses over the next 2 months. Get into stake payment season. Keep the horses racing. Keep moving some of the ones that aren't going to do out. Bring some of the horses that will be doing good things for us. That immediate impact type horse, we'll be bringing some of them in if some of them make sense. But for the most part, it will be focus on July and how do we get to July from here. For the stake horses, for the 2-year-olds, for the 3-year-olds, 3-year-olds, the sophomores are ready for April. So that is a big month to circle on our calendar. So we're on January 13th. So now, how do we get from January 13th? How's the smoothest sailing from January 13th to April? And that'll be racing our overnights that make the most sense, moving the ones that aren't going to be productive, bringing new ones in, as I said, will make an immediate impact, or hopefully make an immediate impact, and rinse and repeat all the way to April through till June. And then July. So I do want to talk about how the babies looked this week. Obviously, I don't want to put too much emphasis on them, but there were some horses that looked thoroughly impressive for horses that I've only trained, 4 or 5 times, maybe 6 times. Some really, really good-looking horses so far, as would be expected. That isn't me just patting ourselves on the back or tooting our horns. Listen, we have 45 horses we paid a lot of money for. 43 of them training here, 2 in Illinois, 10 in Ontario. We should have some horses that raise some eyebrows this time of year also, and we do. Today, not as much how impressive she was today. She was impressive today, but her pedigree, the expectations that came along with Aunt Lily, were high, right? We this was a filly, one of our top picks in the entire sale. She made breaks last 2 times she trained. I believe she made a break on open house day. In fact, every time the video camera's been out, I think she's made a break. No breaks today. She was very, very good today. Both her, Aunt Atrant, and Leggy all look good. The filly that she didn't let me down, but she did make a break today for obvious reasons, was she sits at the bar. This is Volume 8's sister. Looked good last Monday training, and we know what the problem was today, and we'll skirt that for next time. So I think on a very cold Wednesday coming this week, you'll see a much different you won't see, but I'll see a much different She Sits at the Bar. High hopes. I think we just put too much on the inside head pull and Murphy Blind. One or the other would have been fine. Both drove her out onto that outside knee, and Joey said she touched it a couple of times and made a break. Not a big deal. And I thought that the Priest had been great up until today, but with the corks freshly on him, he was running in a little bit. Need to put, again, a head pull or a Murphy Blind or both on him for next week. But I think Leggy's brush on the end of it was impressive in set number 1. For those of you watching this that haven't seen the sets, go to our YouTube channel. All our training sets for our babies are on there, and the 7 from Saturday were definitely on there. But Aunt Lily, I thought, was rather impressive in the first set. Leggy, big brush in the end of it, but made that break down by the wire. So Aunt Lily got the star for that one. Second one was Speed of Sound. This is the very, very meagerly priced tactical landing filly. I think the only tactical landing we got this year was Speed of Sound, and she looked very good. Didn't quite get to Rose Run AJ. That is a Dancing Yankee Pacer, but we were scooting pretty good on the end of it. And then Bluebird Tuxedo Hill, one of our more quietly impressive horses. This is the What the Hill, very well-bred colt. He looked great last week on Monday. He looked great again today. Pretty happy with the way this guy went. Breaks from Manhattan Money, and he's a great guy. Manhattan Money ended up putting a little weight on him at the end of the day today. I think he'll be much better on Wednesday, and he's a great guy. He's a big, growthy colt. Again, Amy said he was getting in the turns, probably just a Murphy blind and or head pull for him also. Third set was impressive. If we had an open trot on Saturday, it was set number 3. Green Glitter, this is the All Raj Farms green shoe filly. Our only green shoe 2-year-old of the year is this filly, and she is very, very flashy. Very pretty to look at on the track also, and is very fast. 3 of our better trotters were in there in Green Glitter. Memento Mori, this is Kierkegaard's full brother. He looked amazing on Monday, looked very good again on Saturday. I don't play nice. This is our homebred, and he is a very, very nice colt. He looked good too. Everybody looked good in there. Rosetta was poor on Monday and come back very good today. Freedom Hill looked like she was going to circle up around everybody and then just missed her exit, blew the turn and pulled up a little bit. That's just greenness. Murphy blind outside, she'll be fine. And LT Troubadour absolutely petrified of the tractors that were out there. Not very fair to him, but listen, he's got to get used to seeing that stuff. You'll get a chance one of these days. LT Troubadour will come to play. And it's not that he's a bad attitude, it's just he's learning. Such a big, growthy colt. One of these days he'll come to play, and you're going to see what we see all the time with this guy. Set number 4, the other chimpanzee filly, Gymboree. Both of them were in here. 2 of them were in here. Atrante is one of them, and Gymboree and Melisandre are in this one. Gymboree really came to play today. I was thoroughly impressed with her. This is a filly I held in pretty high regard at the sale and trained great today. There was a pacer in there, Fire and Shine. She looked good, behaved herself. She's a fast filly. She doesn't have to look flashy and on her toes every day. In fact, I'd like her just to go into a little bit of a slumber for a couple of months, but she was good today. Melisandre finished up very strong. This is the filly, the chimpanzee filly out of the sister to Rebuff that we paid a lot of money for. She looked good. Amy was going with her. Oh Hell No, huge improvement from her today. Very, very impressed with her. Beautiful gait. Jason was happy with her. And Southwind Idex did his work well too. This is a Muscle Hill colt. He continues to get better every single week. Set 5, little softer. Mountaineer Prince looked good, the Michigan colt that we have. Joey went with him, and Jason went with Dancing in My Socks. This is the big guy with all the chrome on him. Dancing Yankee colt. He was good. The other ones are a little flat. Pelican Al, not paying attention right now. He's on the short list. I'm soon to pencil in a castration for him. He does not want it to turn to pen, I can tell you that. Pelican Al, not bad, just not paying attention to his work. That may come to a head this week. And then Wander Hill made a break. Got to add some weight to this guy and really work on his feet. His feet bug him a little bit. He was shod yesterday, and you could see it today. He just wasn't comfortable on the track. Grand Slam Dio, both times she went by the tractor, she just got spooked and lost her balance, lost her attention for just a split second, but it's enough to throw those trotters off stride. And she did make a break, but she's been very, very good the last little while. Set 6, Captain Incredible, hugely improved. He's starting to pace better now. Now, listen, I would hope and like that our most expensive horse was one that just looked flashy from day one, just like a sports car. Just doesn't always work that way. Captain Incredible's getting better every week. Remember, he made lots of breaks when we first started with him. Open house day, running all over the track. Now he paced the whole way. Looked better today. We'll continue to chip away at him and just polish that exterior up. Find those rough edges and polish them up. And hopefully by next July, we have the Captain Incredible that we paid for. Hope. Yves St. Kemp was greatly improved on Saturday. Happy with him. Never Lose Felix was good, but made a break at the wire. Does he need the hobbles? Maybe. We'll see about that this week. I'm a Trucker. Should be better. I'll be going with I'm a Trucker next week. We'll get to the bottom of Trucker and see what's up with him. And then I'm Ready too. Also, same type of thing. Just need to do a little more work. They're trying. They look good. I'm Ready too has regressed a little bit since the open house day. So I want to get to the bottom of that. Really, when I look at all the horses across the board, there's very few of them I say regressed a little bit. This guy did. So what's bothering him? He got a splint. He got a curb somewhere. It didn't look like he did today. We're gonna put him under a microscope this week. Find out what's going on with him. And then the 7th set, I was thoroughly disappointed with Dancing by Myself's attitude on the track. That will come with work, and he's got a lot of work heading his way over the next 2 weeks. Rose Run Alexandra was just about, Alexandra is just about one of the flashiest horses you want to see. She looked amazing. I saw her from the other side of the track, so she was coming out of the turn down the lane. I was actually on the backstretch training with Dancing by myself, and she looked so slick, so slick-gated. Foxy Seaside, we took that Murphy off. That was my mistake. That was a mistake. Blue Ventura looked good again. Keep letting us hobbles out, and Glory keeps saying, can we pull them in? Can we pull them in? No, they're staying right where they're at. Let him stretch into his gait. There's no rush with this guy. He looks great. Gorgeous Package. Every year we have a couple little overachievers. This is one of them right here, this filly. She looked good again today. And Country Dancing looks like a tank. Shod yesterday, first time corks. And again, just a little bit behind everybody. She looked very good today. When you put her in a set with Rose Run Alexandra, right, who we bought at the Ohio Select Sale, month plus before Country Dancing ever got purchased, you see the contrast, you see the difference there. So a lot to offer from these horses. Then we go to Ontario. I was blown away by how good Chicago Hall was. Cindy said he was striking and acting out a little bit at the barn, so we are going to castrate him next week, but I asked them to castrate him after we droned him. I just thought he was thoroughly impressive the other day. Princess Dream looked amazing also on the track. Happy with her. Trevino on green might need the hobbles. Right? Just a little clunky gated. There's nothing wrong with that. He is one big, strong colt, and he likes his work. So a lot of the other horses just got gated up, and we have to manage our expectations when it comes to them. Cleveland Masha, My Wicked Heart, Officer Soldier Boy. Those horses are just learning to pace and do it well. They look fine also. Gaslight Hall, a little bit of a dogger, goes out there and looks to get out of his work, and the only thing that gets him out of that is work. So they need to work him harder. That's all. Woodmere Betcha, super flashy filly on the track. Little rude in the barn, but super flashy on the track. Century Legion and Resolve Indeed both look great. Again, Century Legion's going to be a monster of an animal, and Resolve Indeed just wasn't that long ago we had the OCD taken out of her hock. So again, she's just getting back in the swing of things. Very happy with the Ontario crew. Very happy with the Ohio crew, top to bottom. I haven't seen our 2 Illinois yearlings yet, by all accounts. Jim Eaton says they look good also. So again, you can see why my spirits are up as I head into the latter part of January, at least the middle and then to the latter part of January. The horses are racing good that we have racing. There's optimism on that front. We have some horses really starting to come forward. The babies are starting to train, literally train now, and look good. Their first training miles of their life, like hard training miles, just happened today for the most part, and I was thoroughly pleased with what I saw on the track from them. So all of the optimism, I'm an optimistic person. Anybody that knows me knows that I am, but when it comes to what I'm saying, what I just said, I think it's supported by the evidence on the track. So with that, I'll let you go. I hope you guys had a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you all very, very soon.